over. Hey, what happened?
She knocked out.
What round? What round?
Second round.
I know. That's good. We did it.
We did it. We did it. You don't have to worry about nothing no more. Everything's gonna be okay with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Glad we did it.
You gotta get to the hospital. You don't used to be okay.
You know, we did everything right.
No,
I did everything
no,
right.
listen. We ain't done everything right. Listen, we got more to do. Whatever you want to do, we're doing it, okay?
I love you, kid. I love you.
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
It doesn't.
You are now being tuned in to the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. We rock it from here throughout the cosmos, and yes, all the way out to the observable universe. Yes, you're listening here live to the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. You're listening here live on this Saturday night on the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. Oh yeah, I had to do a part 2 to this. Yep, so if you haven't done so already, be sure to like and follow us and subscribe to us on our other social media platforms. You can follow me on my you can follow me on my TikTok that's still around, YouTube channel, both labeled The Coolly Cool Show. You can follow me on my Twitter account at CoollyCool2412. You can also follow me on my Instagram page at Brent_the_champ. And if you missed any episodes here, you can be sure to follow us on iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Spreaker.com. We're the only talk radio podcast around that is coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe even in Antarctica. And if you're down in Antarctica, you gotta do what I gotta do. It's kind of cool down in Antarctica. So we're going to be starting in just a couple of seconds, getting things set up here. So, got a good topic discussion, part 2. So, we'll be starting in just a couple of seconds. You are now tuned into the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. We rock it from here throughout the cosmos, and yes, even all the way out to the observable universe. Now, without any further ado, the man that exhilarates nothing but absolute coolness, your host, none other than Brent. Thank you. I just like to say, I gotta do what I gotta do, you know what I mean? So I'd like to let you all welcome you there to the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show, alright? So, your host, Brent, kicking it in on this Saturday night, you know what I mean? So, I got a couple lumps, It's not how hard you get hit, it's how hard you come back from getting hit. Alright, so we're gonna get this started. Hey, this is your host Brent here, kicking it live on this Saturday night on the coolest of the cool, the Coolly Cool Show. Alright, so did a little introduction. You probably felt that I do little things, try to relate to you, let you know what how I feel about certain things. And it's like I say, the U.S. versus TikTok, tickety-tack. So, if you don't know already, well, first of all, I'd like to thank all my listeners who are out there. And for those that are new, I appreciate you tuning into. I'd like to thank all my listeners, all 2 of you. So, if you don't know the title of this episode, it's U.S. versus TikTok Part 2. Now, the other day I did the U.S. versus TikTok, which it went over as far as in the news and everything. It was a big, huge thing, you know, in the United States and possibly worldwide. Is talking about TikTok. CEO went to Capitol Hill down in D.C. and there was a conference in reference to TikTok, and the U.S. House of Representatives, the senators, and all that stuff spoke as far as what they felt, as far as what TikTok is not doing, what are they promoting, yada, 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 X, Y, and Z. And the CEO of TikTok, he pretty much spoke out in reference to as far as a lot of things with freedom of expression and things that they're trying to do in a good way to help keep personal data, blah, 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 you know, dealing with teenagers and, you know, certain things that are happening, not to have them exposed. The reason why I played the Rocky clip of, you know, at the beginning, if you're not familiar with Rocky, it came from Rocky 3, where Mickey, you know, Mickey was, I guess he got pushed just before the fight with Rocky in Clubber Lane, and Mickey is, you know, dying, he had a heart attack or something, and you know, he thought, right, did you get it right? And it's like kind of Mickey's last words. He's like, "That's good." And then Rock's sitting there crying. So, I thought that'd be kind of a little cool introduction as far as, you know, there's people thinking that you know, TikTok's down and out, it's dying, but it's not. All right, it's not. Then I added, as far as the next little kind of introduction, was the fact that Apollo was boxing Rocky, you know, sparring, training him, and he's like, "Damn, Rock, what's wrong with you, man? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow." You know, and is Rocky being like TikTok, where they're kind of like getting beat down and they're trying to find some type of courage. But in the sense, what it is that TikTok users and TikTok itself, they're kind of taking a hit right now, but it's not a hard hit. They're getting back up and they're striving, they're fighting. You know, if you're not familiar, you don't know what TikTok is, you've probably been living underneath the fucking cave at this point. So TikTok is a social media platform where people make certain videos. Sometimes it's usually comedy. Some people do certain things as influencers and things of that nature. It attracts a lot of people to follow, become a user. Apparently, the United States has 150 million users, let alone here in the United States. And I think that surpasses any other country as far as users, TikTok users. And if you don't know already, that obviously it's been said for quite some time, that's been in the news, going back to as far as the Trump administration, that TikTok is not a privately owned company that is, you know, from America. It's not owned here. It's not a company here. I touched on this my last episode, that the actual owner of TikTok, the owner, is a company called ByteDance. They are a Beijing based and operated multimedia social networking platform. They do have apparently Americans that do work for that company, but it's based primarily out of Beijing, China. So you can probably see where the lines of the Americans, well, the America Senate and the, you know, Capitol Hill are kind of looking into us a little bit more extensively than they did previously. But since the popularity of TikTok has grown within the vast 2 years, you know, it's all boils down to money. Because apparently the United States has 160 million users on TikTok, probably the most
out of any other country. But yet, like I said before, it boils down to money. So America, we're not too not unaware of things. And we know that fact that there's so many users on that social media platform. We know and figure says, hey, we have that many users and it's from our own people here in America. Our check better be a hell of a lot bigger than, let's say, the amount that's going to China. Since obviously there's issues in China involved in the media with things going on in the Middle East. Well, not necessarily in the Middle East, but going on in the Asian Pacific side. So that's where it comes down. It's called about, hey, we have the amount of users. You shouldn't be cutting a check bigger from this social media platform that has our users that are giving you the revenue. That amount of money needs to be chingity chang back over to us. We want the dollar signs, the chains cut over to us. More so than, over to China. Basically, that's the whole thing in it. And this is nothing new. This is nothing new at all. I explained before. I said, if you notice, look at Snapchat. Snapchat is actually another social media platform where people can connect and communicate and talk and whatever. And you don't have an issue from that. And the reason why, and I'll tell you right now, it's a privately owned company here in the United States. Yeah, it is. Look at Instagram. I call Instagram. And Instagram is the same way. I'll look it up here just to make sure, but it's a privately owned company here, based here in the United States. Let's see. And Instagram. Well, I'm saying it wrong on purpose, but, La 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 la. Okay. So, Instagram /owner, Meta, on April 9th, 2012, Facebook Incorporated, now Meta Platforms, bought Instagram for $1 billion in cash and stocks with the plan to keep the company independently managed. So, it's like I just said. Instagram is owned through Facebook, which Facebook is owned through a private company here in the United States. That's the whole thing. That's the whole entirety of it. Okay? It's not a company that's owned somewhere else from a foreign country that technically is not our allies. Okay? It's right here. These companies own this, and they're here in the United States. So that should let you into a little insight as far as the whole ordeal while, there's a conference meeting about tickety-tack having to, talk about, what's going on, why this U.S. Senate and representatives want to talk to TikTok CEO. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's down to money. And you'll believe that some of these senators and representatives, they will talk about, it's about, TikTok's promoting bad things and situational awareness, so that's directed to the wrong and targeting different minds of the youth, and it's just promoting all this other nonsense. Now, you have to understand, and this might ruffle little feathers, and it probably is, but, that's my American right as an American citizen, the freedom of speech. I have the right to freedom of speech. So, the thing is, people on that platform talk in a certain way. Not all of it is bad. Not all of it is always good. But at the same time, people have the right to express themselves. But though TikTok has mapped out and made guidelines to mitigate certain stuff that is negative, which I think that's an absolute plus. That's any plus from any social media platform. Facebook does it. Instagram, like I say, I know I'm saying on purpose. Instagram does it. Twitter does it. And Twitter is another privately owned company that is here in the United States. They do it as far as certain things. They will strike down certain content that should not be allowed. I think that's really good. But they always have issues with people slipping through the cracks like anything. But if you look at how the whole thing is shaped and molded, like I said, this has nothing to do with what they're trying to say. Oh, this is a bad content. No. The whole ordeal is that the fact that TikTok is not privately owned by a company affiliated here in the United States. It's from another country that owns the TikTok, and it's from another country that's making millions and billions of dollars off American users being subscribed or on that social media platform. That's the true issue. That's the true motive. As I said before on my podcast, if you listen and follow it, everything revolves around money. The whole situation is about money. So you even have these politicians going to talk about, this doesn't promote good thing. People are on here. Listen, that's just a farce. They're using that in a way to stretch and get to other people's minds. So basically, if I'm a politician, like, I don't like the content that they're promoting. They have people on here doing certain things that could be damaging to others and influencing bad negative results. Yeah, I'm saying this because, trust me, maybe I'm connecting with other people that see that, yeah, I can't believe they can't be doing that stuff. So I get people to follow. People says, yeah, TikTok is bad. That's fuck that. They should be pro it because they're doing this, that. But you're not understanding the whole underlying reasoning behind it. The whole underlying reason is because the United States wants it. And guess what? The United States wants TikTok to give the amount of money that they're getting. Like I said beforehand, it should not be 60-40. United States shouldn't be getting 40% revenue and then China be getting 60. No, it should be United States should be getting 60. China should be getting 40%. That's how it should be. That's what they are saying, but not really going to say it because that's politically incorrect. So, like I said, we have this issue going way back to the President Trump's administration. President Trump had expressed this verbally about how he doesn't like the fact that, TikTok, and that he felt that TikTok could possibly want to be banned or whatever, right? And guess what? It should kind of click to you as far as paying attention to how things are going about. And Donald Trump is a business-oriented guy. So he's going to think business first all the time as far as making money. So guess what? It resembles just the thought process of TikTok. TikTok is making tons of money off of Americans. So as TikTok's making tons of money off of Americans, but the revenue for that is going over to China. And then guess what? The United States is getting a piece of the pie, but not as big as the pie that's going to China. So reason why they kind of expressed this a couple of years ago, because of the fact that they say, no, if you're getting stuff content from here and we're making your business grow, that check, that piece of the pie needs to be bigger than that from where you're based out of overseas over in China. That's the whole ordeal about business. I've said this before on my podcast. First thing is, the United States is a business, but we are the best business to do business. And that is the truth and nothing but the truth. I'm telling you. And you know what? To let you in on something, this is not the first time that this has actually ever been occurred. You could find this throughout America's history of doing this. I'm not saying America's bad. I'm saying this is pure genius. This is pure smarts. I mean, this is 101 business. I can only say 101 business class, I guess. I mean, think about it. We have people today, let's say, for instance, put in perspective, you have famous sports athletes that sometimes won't sign autographs for the young kids, to go see a sporting event. And many people will take that as offense, be like, oh man, you're playing a sport, blah, blah, this and that. You won't sign an autograph for a kid. The reason why some of those athletes won't sign an autograph because they know how much that their autograph is worth. So, and guess what? That individual or kid, whatever, might take it back to the parents, and the parents might end up selling it off eBay or whatever. And guess what? They get not more money, but they get a lot of money from having that signature on whatever item and sell it to whoever who's going to be willing to buy it. But guess what? None of the proceeds, none of the revenue is going to that original, athlete that signed the item. So that's where we have. It's like I said, it's Business 101. So Cooley Cool's Business Class 101. All right, breaks it down cool and simple. So That's exactly what we're seeing with this whole TikTok going against, well, not going against, but the whole conference, whatever that happened this past week. It's what the whole thing is about. Now, TikTok has came out and talked about they wanted to promote good content. We want to make sure that people are safe. They're doing the right thing in the lines as long as that. But at the same time, the money issue has to be addressed. But they're not going to talk about that. No. They're not going to talk about that either. The U.S. certainly not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about other things that have stood out in reference to the social media platform. And now, this is just one. There's many other things, issues as far as that, but the big issue, the thing about it is money. Okay, like I said, the most complex idea is sometimes the most simplest idea of them all, and to get through all that nonsense, it's about money. It's about money. Now, as I said beforehand, the United States is not dumb, and we've not have this is our first time. No. This has been throughout the course of history that the United States has pretty much done this, as far as the fact that, hey, you don't give us our fucking due. Oh, we got something up. Yeah, we got something up. I'm saying, well, fine. Let me think of the right words. If you don't give us our due, we got something that's going to go up your ass, because you're supposed to give us our slice, okay? But if you fucking don't, we're going to fucking find a way to get rid of your ass in order to get what we want. So that's just the mainstream. Like I said, America, the United States is a business. I mean, it's the best business to do business. I mean, we hear times and time again where people say, "Oh, China is going to try to, invade Taiwan because they want Taiwan back," and then they're like, "Oh my gosh, the war is going to start, World War III." Listen, you can believe all that bullshit if you want to. I mean, first of all, every country in the world does business with each other. We all do. It's the only thing. It's the only way shit can get done. Now, you just have certain people's agendas that aren't getting seen or thought through, and people have problems with. And that's what starts conflicts. Now, the conflicts we're talking about are small, mediocre conflict, i.e. what's going on with the situation in Ukraine. That's a conflict. It's a war in their country, but yet it is a conflict at nature because it's something that the Russian Prime Minister, President Putin, wants. It's something that he wants. It's a conflict. It's a conflict that Ukraine is not wanting to settle at the end of the bargain, but it's some underlying issue. Okay. So, like I said, people talk about, oh, well, China wants Taiwan. You think World War III is going to start because of Taiwan? Like, come on. Do you know that if they were to invade Taiwan, then that means the United States will declare war and all that stuff. Everybody's declaring war, and the United States allies are declaring war all over because of Taiwan. Now, I'm not putting harp to Taiwan, but I'm just saying, think this with some common sense now. Some common sense. Don't think too hard. Don't think too, in depth with it. Think about the common sense. Very simple thought process. It's not complex. It's very simple. So, I'm going to read an article as far as what we have learned so far from the TikTok philandering. Now, we're going to look here at CNN's business. TikTok users are making fun of Congress members for their questions to app CEO Shuhu Chu. I think I'm saying his name right. And I don't know whether you've seen it, but yeah, there's now been TikTok videos that have been making fun of, Congress members who have been asking the CEO certain questions. They've been showing, I want to show you a video. And the video has been pretty much like really? Like, this is what we're talking about. This is the video you wanted to show us because somebody's angry. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So I'm going to read a little bit from this article. It says, all right, I'm going to say this my scholarly talking to New York's, maybe I might do a British one. Maybe feel a little better. New York CNN. TikTok creators have had enough of the Congress. Well, no, I gotta do this in fucking the scholarly thought. Let's see. TikTok creators have had enough of Congress seemingly not understanding how the internet works. What happened on Thursday, TikTok CEO Shu Chu testified before the House Committee for Energy and Commerce. We're talking about money, where he was peppered with questions about concerns over the popular app's potential national security threats and its connection to China. Now, national security threats. They're talking about, data, things of that nature, because they feel as though Americans' data is being taken and being utilized by the China government. I'm just going to get back to this. Let's see. Governments around the world ban the app on official devices, and there is concern that the app's parent company, ByteDance, could be forced to cooperate with the Chinese government. TikTok doesn't operate in China. The tone from some of its members was combative, something that creators noticed and mocked immediately. Meanwhile, TikTok creators are leading the way, ridiculing members of Congress. There needs to be an age limit in Congress. One caption by user, I'm not going to say their name or who they are, said about a clip of U.S. Rep. Buddy Carter, who represents Georgia's 1st District, asking Chu whether the app tracks pupil dilation as a form of facial recognition to drive algorithms. We're getting retarded now. Chu respond by saying the app does not use body, face, or voice data to identify users, and the only face data the app collects is for filters to have sunglasses on your face. All right. Trying to take piece by piece a little bit of this article and just go ahead and talk about this. So it says the governments around the world ban the app on official devices. Okay, if you don't know anything about official devices, what they're talking about is government computers, government fucking laptops, government cell phones, government tablets. They're talking about that for official government business, government usage. So basically, if you work for the government or have a government device, you should not be having any of these social media things on your fucking government devices. That's one, okay? So, like I said, they're not banning it in their country around the world. They're banning it on official devices. Gotta understand what they're saying. Gotta understand what they're talking about. All right. Now, they said some members was combative, something that the creators noticed. So a lot of these, politicians were kind of going in it hard with towards the CEO, and then obviously creators now with their freedom of expression, like I said, not now, but with obviously their First Amendment, their freedom of expression, they're mocking Congress people. Because they're allowed to. They're going to do it. Because they feel that this is a form of freedom of expression. And especially you have the CEO of TikTok who is allowing and says, hey, people are allowed to freely express their, right here in this country of freedom of speech to do certain things, to operate how they like to operate on making videos and things like that. Now, not all of the videos are actually wanted to be good in nature, but yet some people have devious minds. We know this for a fact. There's always somebody throwing a monkey wrench at some bullshit. All right. So, and they began ridiculing Congress, and they said, there needs to be an age limit in Congress. Because obviously, every time you look at Congress and, the representatives that are up there, all the people are very old and been there for years upon years. And you wonder what they're actually doing besides just sitting in a conference room, arguing and debating about certain stuff. I mean, it wasn't too long ago, about 20 plus years ago, where they were such a fear that professional athletes were using steroids in Major League Baseball. They were so up in arms. That's terrible. They're hitting home runs, but they're on the juice. They're on the juice. That's why they're hitting home runs. They can't believe it. They had a fucking committee, a fucking thing like that several years, like 20 plus years ago, where, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, both had to testify in front of Congress. They're talking about, this and that, about the steroids and things like that. First of all, I'm going to tell you right now, if a major league player hits a home run, it's not because he's on the juice. I don't care what anybody says. First of all, if a major league player hits a home run, the reason why they hit a home run because they've done tons and tons of fucking batting practice, tons and tons of fucking dry swings, tons and tons of being at bat, and have practiced beating on their craft. All right. The only thing that people can maybe say about the steroids is that they got bigger muscles, but it does not help you hit a fucking home run. Okay. Plain and simple. People say, you inject it in your ass, and the next you hit home runs out your ass. That doesn't work that way. It doesn't happen that way. That takes an athlete tons and tons of times of practicing and beating on their craft. Plain and simple. But like I said, apparently they look at it as the morals and the ethics that, this should be not this way. Like I said, they had issues with this back in the day. It always has to be something. But I'm the crazy guy over here saying, we're talking about this now, but last 2.5 weeks ago, we were talking about the alien mothership that the Pentagon said was rolled around in our fucking solar system. Fuck are you talking about? Like, what is going on? But, it's just, don't listen to what I'm saying because I'm just a crazy guy talking to you about some stuff on my podcast. You'd be like, But what I'm saying to you is very true. What I'm saying to you is very obvious on what's going on. I mean, for instance, they're trying to sway your way and trying to bring up topics that make no sense, that should not even be talked about. I mean, at this point in time, you got to look how they're doing things and how they're putting things in set in stone to try to get their way. Obviously, like I said, I'm all in favor. If we're gonna have 160 million users, that obviously you should be cashing the check. The check should be larger here for the United States. I'm just saying because we're helping you to give us the revenue. You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, if that's done, you ain't gonna hear nothing about this no more. You ain't gonna hear nothing. You don't hear nothing about TikTok because guess what? They can be like, okay, we got paid. We good. We good. Ain't no worry about it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like a pimp. They're just like, we got paid, so we just good. But until the United States gets their amount that's due and supposed to, they gonna be like a pimp. They gonna be like, bitch, where's my money? Yeah. You better go ahead and get my goddamn money, or else you gonna see the back of his head. And let's go whippity wop, bitch. So I'm just telling you, that's exactly what is happening at this point in time. But once the U.S. gets there and they figure out the money issue and the thing of this, you're not going to hear anything about it. You're not going to give a damn. No one's going to care. Because guess what? It's all about money. I say it so many times on my podcast, and I try to tell each and every one of you that it's always and will ever be about this.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money. Dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling with the cheddar.
Ching, ching, bling, bling with the cheddar. I tell you. It's always like that, the whole thing. My podcast revolves around letting you guys open your mind to the absurdity that people think, it's about this or that. It's about the ethics. It's about the morals. It's about this way. No, it's not. None of that's that way. Look, I just told you like a couple days ago, or one of my previous podcasts. Look, the White House plans to propose that NASA get a budget of $27.2 billion to NASA, right? Yep. I'm going to say it again. That's what they're proposing for the year 2024, that NASA have a budget of $27.2 billion. Yeah, but yet we have homeless issues here. So I guess you just said to fuck with the homeless, said fuck them. But, NASA gets billions and trillions of dollars. But we have homeless problems here, right? It's about money. They give less than 2 rats' ass about what the hell is going on somewhere else. I mean, you just have to be able to see the bullshit, people. See the bullshit. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. Really is. But, it's very hard to try and see this with an open mind when you're constantly being clouded by certain stuff that they bring up to change your thought process. Like, for instance, if you're not seeing this, let's put it this way. Lately, and I've just noticed this quite frequently, as we talk about money-wise, paper money. I mean, yeah, people have, some bills in their wallet or purse or whatever, but now a lot of things are turning digital. So a lot of people using their cards because it's easier, it's faster, you have less hassle dealing with it, and if you do happen to lose it, you just kind of cancel, get another one issued to you, and now they're having it to where they want kids to get it, to have their own card, and they just put money on it, and the kids can use it as their own form of card, and they're going to say it teaches the kids about savings, being able to manage money, and this was a good idea, it's very good, but guess what? They're trying to get rid of paper currency. They wanted to go to straight digitized. Trust me, if you see it on Facebook, they're going to show it on Facebook, a kid's holding up a card, and he's like, yeah! They're having things sway this way. You don't think that they're trying to promote this to the younger generation that is so technological advanced right now that their minds are going to be set where like, oh, I'll just get it in my card or whatever, I have money in my card. Trust me, this is what happens. This is what goes down. This is what they do. All right? It's nothing bad. It just is what it is. So, oh shit.
Hey, I'm gonna come back. You're gonna do this. You're gonna have it. You know what I mean?
You know what that means. Did you hear this music? It's a goddamn montage with Rocky. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, baby. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna go ahead, people on TikTok start working out, all right? Because this is going down. We're gonna fight this battle. We're gonna come back harder and stronger, and I guess fight the Russians. I guess I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, but when you hear this music, prepare. Goddammit, we ain't laying down. All right. Makes me feel like I want to go to the gym right now and work out. And, that song means we've then came to another wonderful end to another Coolie of the... Well, I said it all messed up. The Coolest of the Cool, the Coolie Cool Show. Yep. Here on this Saturday night. Yeah. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to follow, like, and subscribe to us on our other social media platform. Follow me on my YouTube channel and my, TikTok channel. Like I said, if it's up. You also follow me on my Twitter account at CoolieCool2412. Oh, I forgot to tell you, my YouTube and Twitter, TikTok channel are both labeled the Coolie Cool Show. You can also follow me on my Instagram page at Brent_champ. So, and if you miss any episodes, you want to hear some of the previous episodes, be sure to like and follow us and listen to them on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and but above all else, Spreaker.com. So, we're the only podcast that rocks it from coast to coast, north to south, and yes, maybe in Antarctica.
And and if you're in Antarctica and you hearing this talk radio show, I gotta tell you, I gotta do what I gotta do. It's not how hard you get hit, it's how hard you can come back from getting hit. It's how hard you can keep moving forward. Alright? So you're here live on the Coolest of the Cool, the Coolie Cool Show. Alright? Take care. Bye. Take care. Bye.